What's up, everybody? Welcome to the J&K Show. I'm your man, J-Rob. Got my brother right there, K. What's up, bro?
Yo. What's good, man?
I'm a little down.
You down?
I'm a little down. I'm a little depressed.
Wow.
But I can't talk about why I'm depressed. As y'all can see, I'm wearing all black today.
You're in mourning?
I'm in mourning, correct. I can't tell y'all why I'm in mourning. I was told I can't talk about why I'm in mourning, but I am. We ain't gonna go any further. I already got to see the boss man over there looking at me like, Jake, I'm done. Anyway, how you doing today, brother?
I'm well, man. You were full of surprises and curveballs.
I mean,
right. So you are, and I love how the fact that, like you said, you're in black, you're in mourning, but you're also redacted, all in black. You're just like a redacted document.
All in black, even down to the socks. I'm all in black, and my underwear too, y'all.
Right.
You know, I can't show y'all that.
Right.
But yeah, I'm in all black, head to toes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
So it's all good. But I'm happy that the weather's been great. Damn near 80 degrees today.
Yep.
And it's all good. So I'm enjoying it.
Indeed.
So let's hop on to the hot stories of this week, because there's been a lot. All right, so I want to first start off with the Bronny James story. All right? Bronny James, right? The big splash. Playing with Papa LeBron, right? They made their debut. They went on the court together. Big splash, big news in the sports world, right? And it was great. It's a great feat. It's never been done in history, right? Never at all. It's the first time. I was actually proud of them. I'm not the big LeBron fan, as you know. Actually, I'm a LeBron hater. But that's another story. Anyways, it was great to see father and son take the court together and make a debut and make history, right? Now, a lot of people were saying, I don't know, is Bronny really worth? Did he really earn his spot on the Lakers? A lot of people are saying, I don't think so, right? A lot of people know why he's on the Lakers because of daddy, and that's fine. You know, people should take advantage of nepotism and where your parents are, your friends are, and they can get you in great places and great scenarios and great spots. Why not, right? But at the end, you should also earn your spot wherever you are, whatever job you got, whatever position you got on that team, right? You should earn it. So I think. Anyway, they gave him a chance. Lo and behold, he's on the court with LeBron, been playing for the Lakers, not doing too well. Nah. Not doing too well. And I think much of us have not really been too surprised about that. So the decision came up recently. Bronny deserves, and he's going to get a demotion. They demoted him, y'all, down to the G League. Still part of the Lakers. And I think he's going to be splitting his time, I guess, playing some games with the G League and coming back and playing some games with Papa LeBron on the Lakers as well. But the big news is he's been demoted. So it's very weird to me why, and I'm going to ask you this question, because I think that's where you should have went in the first place. Get your practice, work your way up to the big leagues to play with Papa. So my question to you, since you are the sports man, you know all this, you're gonna tell us why this happened, because I don't know why it happened. So my question to you is, why in the hell did they bring Bronny up there, who wasn't playing well? Even in college, right? It was coming up there, all right, whatever, but nothing special, to get a spot on the LA Lakers. Why do you think that they did not start him on the G League before bringing him on to the league with the LA Lakers? Why didn't he start off with the G League first?
Well, you're clearly asking this question for the benefit of our listeners, because I'm sure you know why. It was for the history making moment.
No, I don't know why.
But it's for the history making moment. Bring him up, to the big leagues, as we say, if we can interchange a term from another sport, to play with his dad. And so while he plays with his dad, it creates history in the NBA, something that's never been done before in the NBA. We've seen that in baseball. So he brought him up. But I'm actually glad now that Bronny's in the G League. And for him, really, I can't imagine how difficult it was for him. If he was anyone else's son, he wouldn't have been drafted. He wouldn't be on the Lakers. He was not even a great college player. He's more athlete than basketball player, if you ask me. Now, can he rise to that level, get to a point where his skills are good enough to play in the league? That remains to be seen. But at least in the G League, there's less pressure. It gives him an opportunity, hopefully, to play. That's what he needs. He needs reps. He needs to get out there. He needs to run. He needs to jump. He needs to work on his shot. All of that. And that's not going to happen with him playing for the Lakers. He's going to be sitting on the bench. And you get better by playing. So hopefully down in the G League, he'll get that opportunity to play. So, yeah, it's more of the same thing. But I'm glad that the whole history-making moment took place, and now they can officially put that whole thing to bed. We can talk about it. It's one more thing that Bron has in the record books, something that Jordan was never able to do.
Okay.
And now we can move on and continue resuming our normal scheduled programming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But let me ask you something. Do you feel like the front office, because to me, LeBron is like the front office of that team. Do you think before they made that decision to send Bronny to the G League that they sat down and said, well, LeBron, we were kind of thinking like, maybe he needs a little more development. And what do you think about maybe sending little Bronny back down to the G League? Do you think that's okay, LeBron? How do you think that whole turned out? How do you think that conversation? Because I don't think they just did that without talking to him.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And as much as LeBron has said that he would rather stay out of front office matters, that he's not involved in it, I have to believe that that this was floated past him, that they alerted him, spoke with him about it. I don't think they. So to answer your question, no, I don't think they just did it in a bubble without informing him. Not asking him for permission, of course, but
you don't think it's permission?
No, I don't think it was permission, but I think it was kind of like one of those not asking for permission.
Okay.
But let us know if you don't approve. You know what I mean?
Right. Because he could have. Because don't you think he said, "Nah, bruh, we ain't doing that." What do you think the Lakers would have done?
I think they would have. I don't think they would have moved him. Listen, we could be totally wrong in this, but I think he has power. I think he's. I think on the Lakers, he's a very powerful individual for that organization. I think his agent, Rich Paul, one of the most powerful agents in the league as well. So yeah, listen. It would be sports management malpractice if you're the front office of the Lakers and you don't float that past King James, right? You're gonna talk to King James about his prince, right?
Right.
So it's cool. I don't see anything. I think if you remove Bron from this and really just focus on Bronny, it's the best thing, man. It really is. And I'm rooting for the young man. And by the way, I know that we had touched on this in a previous episode.
Yeah,
I'm okay. I had zero problem with
how we got on the team.
Yeah, man. We see that Nepo-ish all the time, so many different places. Why not see it here? I never have a problem with it. So, but now, at least this way you move him down in the G League, you can fill that roster spot with the Lakers with someone who really is trying to feed their family, who's worthy of it, and someone that can play at this level. That's not Bronny James.
Well, I agree with you. I don't have a problem with the whole Nepo baby topic either. However, I think a lot of problems that people do have is that they are acting like, because even the front office was talking about, well, no, he earned his way in his team and he deserves to be here. And we're like, stop the nonsense. Right. That's not true. So I think the problem that a lot of people have is that they are acting like he actually earned his way there and that it wasn't a Nepo thing. So it's like just own it and say, yeah, he's on the team because of LeBron. I can respect that. You know me, like keep things 100.
Yeah.
So just say it.
Yeah, no, they definitely try to Jedi mind trick us into believing that like our eyes are not working.
Yeah, right.
Like they were, like us as the lay person couldn't see what the professionals can see, and so I guess when they had the pre-camp or the camp or the whatever it is where all the players, I forget what they all a combine.
Okay.
They had the players combine. I guess he measured well. Had a high vertical. I guess he'd hit a number of shots in a row. But there's one thing you can test well, but you still got to be able to play.
Right.
Can you jump like that when someone's jumping with you? Can you hit that shot when someone's D'ing you up?
Yeah.
And I tend to think so. I've watched him enough. I've watched him in hoops. As I like college hoops as well. So I've seen him enough. I think there's a little bit of I think he could stand to be a little bit more aggressive. I sometimes watch him and don't feel like there's enough dog inside of him.
Yeah.
Right? Like he needs to be playing with or training with like Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, right.
He needs like some of that Pat Bev in him, right?
Yep.
And that's where I see sometimes like he's athletically, he's gifted, right? And but he's just doesn't have the ball skills. But I think even those can develop. But I think the biggest thing is he seems a little affable out there, and that's the part where I'm just kind of and in particular in that position that he plays, right? He's going up against. Generally, you see the best scorers come out of the backcourt.
Okay.
Right? He's a little bit smallish.
Yeah.
So he should have a little bit more of that Napoleon kind of attitude being there amongst those big players.
Right.
Like that's
how tall is he? I don't even know.
I feel like he's like, and it's a
because his father's like what, 6'7" or
no,
6'8"?
Dad's like 6'9", man.
Oh, okay, all right, got it. Okay, right.
6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
I think he's in that 6'1".
Oh yeah, I guess he is short for the NBA.
6'1", something like that.
Right.
And so he's not even really like a true point guard. The way he plays, it feels more like a bit of a combo guard.
Okay.
And I just think if he hung his hat on being this defensive maven, just really locking in, getting up in your chest, like not giving a shit about anything.
Yep.
Pat Bev, right? Like just not making friends.
Right.
Like whatever. I'm going after the ball. You don't like me, mother made you, motherfuck you. Like I don't care. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it doesn't seem like he doesn't seem to maybe have that. Maybe he'll develop that in the G League.
I think it's maybe the confidence thing, and plus who his daddy is. He's probably a little timid, and he's not quite sure of himself, not sure of his skills. He knows he doesn't have the skills like his father has, and that's pressure alone. And I bet you his daddy said, because I think his first points that he scored was against his dad's old team, right? The Cavaliers, and that was his first point. So it is good to see him out there with his dad and getting the opportunity. My only thing is own it, understand why you are where you are, and listen. I'm sure he knows, his dad knows, everybody knows, but I guess speak it up, own it. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing his development, right? Because I think the ceiling's high for me. I don't know if he'll ever be this all-star, but he very well could be a serviceable player. Listen, if he doesn't make it, it's only his fault.
And do you think people are harder on him because of, like, anybody who comes up, they're not going to have the spotlight on them? So you can see where, or do you think that he has way more pressure on him than the average player just coming into the NBA or the G League or anything like that?
That's funny, Jay, because I've often felt like he's got a lot of pressure on him because of his dad. I think that's just baked in. But I also feel like sometimes when I'm watching it, I don't feel like other players are really going at him the way I've seen them go after.
Really? Why do you think that?
I think because of who his dad is. Not and to be clear, I don't think from a fear thing. I just think from a respect kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, I don't think
that's being a good point.
Super easy on him.
Yeah.
But you hear the story.
They don't want to give him a hard foul.
Yeah, they don't want to give him a hard foul. I feel like they could really body him if they wanted to, like really just body snatch him and put him on spin cycles. And I just don't feel like that. I just don't feel like that's happening.
That's an interesting point. And that's not good.
Well, no, it's not good. But this is why I think once he goes down to the G League, these are people, players, that want to make it up to the big team, to the big league. Listen, they got the bad food, the low per diems. They're doing bus rides and stuff. Like I don't think he's going to get that differential treatment if he is getting it, I think there's going to be a lot less of that. Those guys are trying to make the team.
Yeah.
Trying to stick in the league, trying to get one of those long-term contracts, right? So.
Oh, so they're gonna body his ass
Yeah,
in the G
man.
League.
Right.
Oh,
right.
So it might be harder there in the G
Well,
League.
it may be harder, but I think he can maybe play without the scrutiny, without the eyes on him. Right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he'll
yeah.
get an opportunity to play. Like iron sharpens iron. If he stays on the Lakers, you're going to be sitting on the bench. So he's definitely not going to get better.
Right.
So
Right.
if he goes down to the G League and he's going head to head and those players are a bit better, well, that's going to help raise his level of play, right? Versus sitting on the bench and, with your uniform on, with your warm-ups on, watching, with the best seat in the house,
Right.
watching the game from the first row. So this is good.
But you think Dad talked to him? Mentally speaking, being demoted to the G League, how do you think that is affecting him mentally? And do you think Dad spoke to him and said, "It's gonna be all right, son"?
Yeah,
whatever?
I think Dad. Listen, I got a lot of I like LeBron, man, and I just feel like he's like I like LeBron's knowledge of the game. I like his sense of history for the game.
Right.
And I think he knows what matters, and that's why I said this was now that the whole history-making moment took place.
Yeah.
Now it's about basketball.
Okay.
Right. And if you're LeBron and you're saying, hey, how many more seasons do I have? 1, 2, especially now that this is taking place.
Right.
And they look like they're not in the championship mode. How much longer do you need to play? 1 or 2? So you want to make sure that before you leave, that Bronny's on solid ground by his own work. So you gave him a great foot up on the competition. You did your part. You got him there. He's going to now have to do his part, because if not, once Dad leaves, they're going to cut him.
Right.
He's going to be out of the league.
Right.
So it's like, listen, go down to the G League, improve your game, and then show people that you deserve to be here, whether I'm here or whether I'm not. So that's why I said if he doesn't make it, it's on him, man, because he's had every opportunity in the world, more so than many others get. So
that's true, and props to LeBron. He's 39 years old, almost 40, and he just scored 39 points the other night in the game. So he is still at the top of his game at his age. He's still playing at a very high level. I don't believe though after he's gone that they would cut Bronny though, just because of respect. I don't think he'll be cut.
Yeah,
just because of the name, I don't think so. But
yeah, I mean, it's possible. Listen, he'll probably still have Rich Paul as his agent.
Yeah.
So, there's that part. But I just it'll feel different for him. Maybe he gets traded and he ends up in another city. Like it's all kinds of things could happen to him. Right. Yeah.
Well, best luck to Bronny. All right, as his ventures down to the G League, but I know he'll be. Obviously in the Lakers as well, in the NBA and the regular and Lakers games as well. So hopefully his progression will keep progressing. All right. So best of luck to you, Bronny. All right. What we got coming up next, brother?